Question 3, Councillor Watson to the Leader.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. On the 27th of February 2022, I wrote a very detailed letter comprising over 30 pages to the Leader in relation to highways issues in Denbigh Ward. The letter dealt with a significant number of issues that are of concern to residents throughout the ward, including, by way of example, Stringer House Lane at Emley, Park Lane, Upper Cumberworth, Heater Lane and Rowgate at Upper Cumberworth, Busker Lane in Skelmanthorpe and Garden Terrace in Denbigh. The letter was not simply a whinge, but included a number of positive suggestions as to how the Council might improve services in this regard. Now, I would like to be able to feed back the response to that letter to the residents of Denbigh Ward. Is there going to be a response from the Leader? And if so, how long will we have to wait for a reply?
Councillor Pando.
Thank you, Mr Mayor, and thank you, Councillor Watson, for that question. You did write to me, and the letter was sent by email, and I did respond back to you, and I copied Councillor Naheed Mather, who's the Cabinet Portfolio holder, and she will now explain to you exactly what has happened in response to the important issues you raised with me at that moment in time. So, Councillor Naheed Mather, can you please respond?
Thank you. Thank you, Leader. So, Councillor Watson, I do acknowledge your letter. You do have a tendency to write very lengthy letters and lengthy questions, 30 pages to be exact. You mentioned 7 lists, a long list of 7 roads here. So I want to say that, yes, I acknowledge the letter. The issues raised were discussed internally, and you will get a response by the end of this month because it takes time. It is noted that your letter does contain a significant number of issues which require extended investigation, as you can imagine. And in the meantime, Highways has continued to deliver for the district and for Denbigh. Thank you.
Councillor Watson, do you have a supplementary question?
I do. Thank you, Mr Mayor. This was February when we wrote, or when I wrote, and we're still waiting for a response. This causes me grave concern that this hasn't been taken seriously. So my question to follow on would be, does Denbigh Ward matter? And if so, what can we expect to see happen over the coming months that will show to the people of Denbigh that it matters?
Councillor Mathers.
Councillor Watson, of course Denbigh matters. That's where all the rich folk live. And I like to drive through it. And to tell you, we've taken it seriously, and all 3 of the Denbigh ward councillors have locality-based unclassified roads programme in phase 1, which was completed. These are Coal Pit Lane, Car Hill Road and Durndyke Lane. The current allocation for Denbigh Ward is in phase 2 happens to be 577,000. Now, can you tell me, does that not say how much Denbigh matters in our district?
Thank you, Councillor Mathers. Question 4, question from Councillor Bamford to the Leader of the Council, Councillor Pando.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Following on from the question by Councillor Watson about the letter he wrote to you regarding highways issues in Denbigh Ward, one of the issues he raised and made suggestions for improvement about was the bend on Busker Lane, just past the windmill pub heading out of Skelmanthorpe, where there have been numerous accidents and pedestrians are extremely vulnerable. There has just been another incident to which the emergency services attended, and I have had reports of some residents of the ward that they came very close to being struck by the lorry involved. There is actually an update to that. Someone had to jump over the wall and has suffered severe spinal injuries. This is a location through which many school children walk each day. Could the Leader please explain why Councillor Watson's suggestions for improvements are being ignored and nothing is being done to reduce the risk to pedestrians at this location?
Councillor Pando.
Thank you, Mr Mayor, and thank you, Councillor Bamford, regarding the letter Councillor Watson wrote to me back in February 2022. Like I explained, I responded back to Councillor Watson, and I copied my Cabinet member in Councillor Naheed Mather, who will now provide you with a fuller response. Councillor Naheed Mather.
Councillor Mathers.
Thank you. Councillor Bamford, I'm sorry to learn. I did know before the question of the recent incident at Busker Lane. I do know, follow things quite carefully, and I understand it's being investigated by the police to determine the cause. And we also, I'd like to personally wish a speedy full recovery for the resident involved. You will be pleased to know that our highway safety team has identified funding from within the 22-23 capital plan programme to implement improvements along Busker Lane in 23-24. Thank you.
Do you have a supplementary? No. Okay, thank you for that, Councillor.